It's already over. And nobody noticed the door closed behind us. By the time you finish this sentence, the biggest David's subreddit on the entire internet won't be what you think it is. The mods you trusted? Switched. The receipts you saved? Scrubbed. The girl whose name started all of this? Buried under a pile of let's not talk about that anymore pinned posts. And the brother nobody was supposed to defend? He's been sitting in the comments the whole time, typing in the third person, and a TMZ article that dropped quietly in the last 48 hours just confirmed somebody on his team is paying a narrative protection firm to sit on Reddit 24/7. Yeah, read that again. Okay, you guys, sit down. Lock your door. Put your phone face down. Because what I'm about to walk you through is not a theory. It's a paper trail, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. This whole David case has a second cover-up running alongside the first one, and the second cover-up isn't happening in a courtroom. It's happening in the one place we all thought was safe. The Reddit, the forums, the independent investigation subreddits, the places where regular people like me and you were supposed to be able to dig, theorize, share screenshots, and connect dots without somebody in a black suit hovering over the keyboard. Gone. All of it. Compromised. And I can prove it. Let me tell you why my hands were shaking when I sat down to script this. A few months back I dropped a video, you guys remember it, about how Ghislaine Maxwell, before her arrest, was one of the top karma Reddit accounts in the entire history of the platform. Not just active. Top tier. She was literally curating narratives in real time about Jeffrey Epstein on the very platform people thought they were exposing him on. And the second I posted that, my DMs lit up with the same warning over and over again. It's happening again. Watch the David subs. Watch the mods. I brushed it off. I'm not going to lie to you, I brushed it off because Reddit is where I get half my leads, where my research team digs, where the truth normally bubbles up before mainstream media touches it. If Reddit is gone, our entire investigative pipeline is gone. So I ignored the warning. Until 2 days ago. Until I pulled up the timeline and started mapping the dates. And then I went, oh no. Oh no. Let me show you what I'm seeing. And let's clock it together beat by beat, screenshot by screenshot, because the timing is so clean it almost looks staged. April 16, 2026. David is arrested. The world explodes. Headlines, cable news, viral clips, the whole thing. April 20th, he's formally charged. The subreddit r/Davidiots, which up until that point was a sandbox of independent researchers, indie sleuths, true crime nerds, and grieving fans, is suddenly the most trafficked David community on the entire planet. Hundreds of thousands of eyes. Live theories. Receipts being posted by the minute. The kind of decentralized digital pressure that, historically, has cracked cases wide open. Galaxy-level momentum. And then, almost on cue, the creator of that subreddit, a user named Remy Oranga, the same person who literally built the community brick by brick from day one of the case, vanishes. Account deleted. Post history wiped. Username scrubbed. Gone. Like they were never even there. Now think about that for a second. Think about that real carefully. You built something. You poured a year of your life into it. The case finally moves to indictment, your moment of validation has arrived, the world is watching, and that's the exact week you decide to nuke your entire digital footprint? Make it make sense. Make sense. And right before Remy disappears on April 1st, the subreddit lights up with this one post, and you have to read it slowly because this is the moment everything tips. Why are there suddenly a bunch of new moderators with 22-hour-old accounts running this place? 22-hour-old accounts. Brand new. Zero post history. Zero karma. Zero anything. Just spawned out of thin air the same week the founder of the sub disappeared. And those baby accounts are now wearing the mod badge on the single most watched true crime subreddit on the planet. You think that's normal? You think that's organic? Hello. Is this thing on? Now here's where it gets sinister. Because I went into the archive and I want you to know something about the internet that the people doing this cover-up forgot. Nothing ever truly dies online. There's always a way. There's always a cache. There's always a screenshot. There's always a guy in a basement somewhere who copy-pasted it before the mods could swing the delete hammer. And we found it. We found the receipts. And the receipts have receipts. Pulled up the archive. Pulled up the comment that Remy Oranga left right before they ghosted. And it reads word for word this. Some may know me as SimComp. I have known Remy since day one of this case. Remy, being as busy as they are, still needs help weeding out blatant misinformation, AI doxing, and personal harassment. Free speech is still allowed. Just don't break the rules, which will be updated shortly. Translation: I'm planting new moderators. They are pre-approved. The rules are about to change. Don't ask questions. And then the founder dipped. Vanished. Never to be heard from again. Like, I'm sorry. Pause the whole video. Tell me with a straight face that doesn't read like a hostage handoff disguised as a community update. Tell me, Remy is being as busy as they are. Doesn't sound like somebody talking on behalf of a person who isn't around to speak for themselves anymore. I'm not saying anything happened to Remy physically. I would never speculate on that. But digitally, spiritually, in terms of who is now actually pulling the strings of that subreddit, Remy is gone. And whoever took the keys does not have the same agenda. Here's how I know. I went to the current moderator list of r/Davidiots, pulled up every single name on the roster, cross-referenced every account creation date and every appointment date. Every single one of them, and I mean every single one, was added to the mod team after David's arrest. Not a single one of the people who built that community in the months when nobody was even sure David was going to be charged. Not one. They're gone. Purged. Vanished. Replaced. Some of these new mods got the badge yesterday. Yesterday. As in, while this story is still developing, somebody is still actively swapping out moderators behind the scenes. Why? Why now? What is it about this exact moment in the case that requires a fresh layer of gatekeepers? The answer is one word, and the word is Caleb. Let me back up. Because if you don't know who Caleb is, you don't know this story yet, and you need to know him before we keep going. Caleb is David's little brother. He's 18. He's an aspiring artist. And 2 weeks, after David was arrested for the most heinous celebrity crime any of us have ever lived through, Caleb dropped a song called Sex. Not Tribute. Not For My Brother. Not I'm Sorry. A song called Sex. 2 weeks after his brother was charged with murdering, dismembering, and stuffing a 15-year-old girl's body into the trunk of a Tesla. 2 weeks. Now listen, allegedly. I'm not a court. I'm not a jury. But the alleged facts on paper are so loud they have their own zip code. And here's what nobody is telling you. Buried in a Discord screenshot that surfaced this week and that I had to manually scrub through to find, there's a leak from Caleb's circle that says he had a second track in the rollout queued up for the same week as Sex, but pulled it at the last minute. The title? Never Mine. Yeah, Never Mine. Days after his brother was charged with making a young girl never anybody's again. That's the new piece nobody else has reported. You're getting that here first. And if that track ever drops, you remember where you heard it. Okay, back to Reddit. Back to the mod cover-up. Because here's where it goes from suspicious to undeniable. On May 8, 2026, this account deleted now of course called Coconox or Coconox or Q whatever drops an AMA inside the r/Davidiots subreddit. The AMA is titled, and I quote, "I've been friends with David's little brother Caleb online for 2 years. Ask me anything." A mod replies under the post, official mod tagged reply. OP has provided proof of relationship with Caleb. Verified by mods. Verified. By the mods. The same mods that just got installed. Verified. With what? With what proof? With what proof? I'm asking you mod team because I know you're watching this video, and the day you respond is the day I drop a part 2. With what proof? Because to this day that exact question gets asked in the thread, and the mod's response is, OP deleted his post and comments. That's it. That's the whole defense. Oh, the proof? Yeah, the proof deleted itself. Coincidence. And then the AMA itself reads like a 40-page PR strategy document somebody Xeroxed into Reddit form. Every single answer follows the same template. Praise Caleb. Distance Caleb from David. Establish Caleb as a victim. Establish Caleb didn't know. Establish the family didn't know. Frame Caleb as passionate. Frame Caleb as courageous. Frame Caleb as matured beyond his years. Drop in a manufactured emotional beat about Caleb getting swatted. Drop in a manufactured emotional beat about Caleb getting cyberbullied. Drop in the perfect, lawyer-approved deflection on Celeste. Caleb only met her a few times when he was 15. He didn't know her well. He didn't know her age. He thought she was a friend's little sister. A friend's little sister. Who was sitting in the middle row at David's concert between Caleb and David's actual sister, next to David's mother, who Caleb personally walked backstage afterward. A friend's little sister. Sure. And I'm the Queen of Denmark. I've read crisis management talking points before. I've worked adjacent to people who write them for a living. This AMA reads exactly like one. The cadence, the deflections, the way every single answer ends with a soft pivot toward sympathy. The way every difficult question gets a, I'd have to ask him but I'm sure. The way the moments where you'd expect plausible deniability conveniently come prepackaged. This isn't an internet friend. This is a script. And in my opinion, allegedly, I think the script was either written by Caleb himself on a burner account, or by somebody in Caleb's circle who was handed a one-pager from a crisis comms firm. That's my opinion. I'm not a court. I'm just a guy with eyes. And here's the moment that tipped me. Somewhere in the AMA, Q claims he's heard hundreds of unreleased songs by Caleb. Hundreds. With unreleased songs. Brother. I have friends who are real, actually charting rappers. I have sat in real studios with real artists watching real albums get made. Nobody knows hundreds of their friends' unreleased songs unless they are either Caleb himself, or be literally part of the production team. Pick one. There is no third option. The math does not math. And let's clock something else because this is where it gets really fun. Q gets asked, what software does Caleb use to record? Q answers without hesitation. Caleb uses FL Studio on his computer. David initially used Bandcamp. Excuse me one moment. You're telling me you're casually online friends with this kid, you've never been in the same room with him, never even FaceTimed him daily, and you not only know his software, you know his older brother's software from years before the two of you ever connected? You know what platform a rapper was using in 2020? Okay, sure. And I personally know what brand of toothbrush my cousin's roommate used in college. I'm just that close, you know? Get out of here. Now here's the part where I have to slow down for a second because we are about to enter the area where this stops being funny and starts being dangerous. The same day that the Caleb AMA cleanup job got cooked alive in the comments, with one savage roast that I'll read for you in a minute, the same day the r/Davidiots mod team posted a brand new pinned announcement. And the pinned announcement said, and I'm reading word for word, starting after this post, we will no longer allow new posts regarding Caleb. Exceptions only for major updates directly related to David's case. This subreddit is for David, not Caleb. Thank you for understanding. Did you catch that? Did you feel that? Did you feel that wind blow past? Because that's the wind of a coordinated message control operation slamming a door on your face in real time. Same day, the protective ring goes up. The day the AMA blew up, the day the comments got too smart for the operation, the day a regular Redditor wrote one of the most savage comments I have ever read in my life on the internet. And let me read that comment to you because Caleb saw this comment. Caleb sat there and read every word. And I want you to imagine him reading it. The comment, paraphrased so I don't get the channel hit, reads like this. Yeah, Caleb, I see you in the subreddit. I know you can't say anything legally, that's fine. But you need to shut your mouth. You have the right to release a song called Sex 2 weeks after your brother was arrested for the most gruesome crime a celebrity has ever committed in living memory. Technically, you can do that. You can also be the most insensitive person any of us have ever seen. But on the Wikipedia page about this case, the summary of your career is going to read, 2 weeks after his brother's arrest for the murder, dismemberment, and abuse of a young girl, Caleb released his single Sex. He had been previously recorded escorting David's underage girlfriend at one of David's shows. Congratulations, kid. It's over. In a way none of us can fully comprehend yet. And when people look at you for the rest of your life, this is all they will ever see. Good job. I had to take a breath. I had to refill my drink. I had to step away from the desk. Because that comment cooked. That comment is the comment Caleb will see in his sleep for the next 40 years. And the day after that comment landed, the mods locked the gate on every conversation about him. Coincidence? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But the cover-up doesn't stop there. Because while one hand is building a fortress around Caleb, the other hand is busy doing the opposite to the victim. To Celeste. To the family of the 15-year-old girl who didn't make it to her 16th birthday because she got into the wrong celebrity's car. Right now, today, as you're watching this, the pinned post at the top of r/Davidiots, the very first thing every new visitor sees is titled, Is Wendy going to testify? Plus Celeste's family of liars. Let me say that again because I don't think it registered the first time. The pinned post, the very first thing, calls the victim's family a family of liars. That is the headline that greets every grieving person, every concerned citizen, every casual viewer who Googles David's case and lands in that community. Family of liars. About the family of a murdered child. Pinned, to the top, by the moderators, who all joined the team within the last 6 weeks. Tell me again how this subreddit is neutral. Tell me again how it's for David, not Caleb. Tell me again how the rules are about free speech and no censorship, and letting the community decide. Because every time Caleb gets touched, you delete the post within minutes. But when somebody wants to drag Celeste's cousin Wendy through the dirt, accuse her family of selling their daughter, accuse her own grieving cousin of being mentally challenged, without any medical record to back it up, accuse Wendy of doing all of this for 15 seconds of fame? Oh, that gets pinned. That gets boosted. That stays up for days. That is the new official welcome mat. And anybody who tries to defend the family in the comments, their reply mysteriously gets removed with a polite mod note. Please be respectful. Respectful. Of who? Of the family being trashed? Or of the very specific algorithm protecting one side of this story while burying the other? Now let me show you the meta-tell. The thing that, once you see it, you can never unsee it. 7 months ago, when our /Davidiots was just a baby subreddit, before David was even arrested, the founder Remy made a public welcome post explaining why they created the community in the first place. Direct quote, I am reading it word for word from the archive. Our /David2 is not open to unconventional takes on David and Celeste. Our /Davidiots is open to all takes. No censorship. No controlling the narrative. Are you tired of your views being suppressed, banned and clowned on by heavy-handed users and mods in other communities? Then post here. We don't think anyone is too dumb or too smart to spot something. And we care about what happened to Celeste. We are disturbed by the messed up societal forces that allowed this to happen. That was the mission statement. That was the founding charter. That was Remy's bar. Today, 6 months later, same subreddit name, different soul entirely. The exact thing the founder built it to escape, that's the exact thing it has become. Posts get deleted within minutes. Comments asking, why are people defending David? Get nuked because the system flagged them as spreading misinformation. Differing opinions get bans. Theories get warnings. People asking, why are all these new mods 1 week old? Get their comments removed by, you guessed it, those exact 1 week old mods. Karma farming. Repost theft. Bot pattern accounts. Suspiciously well-written multi-paragraph defenses of Caleb showing up in every Caleb-adjacent thread within the first 10 minutes of the post going live. Every single one. The same talking points. The same emotional beats. The same Caleb is just a young kid trying to live his life. The same music is his passion. The same his future shouldn't be ruined by his brother's actions. Coordinated. The word, ladies and gentlemen, the word is coordinated. And then there's the Spectre account. Oh, this one's spicy. Let's get into it. The day before the Coconox AMA dropped on Reddit, an ex-Twitter account with the handle Spectre, who happens to have over 100,000 followers, who happens to run a network of TikTok mashup pages, who happens to be followed by some surprisingly large accounts, posts a 6-tweet thread defending Caleb. The thread reads almost word for word like the Reddit AMA that would drop the next day. Same talking points. Same emotional structure. Same vouching language. I can 100% vouch for him. I've been friends with him for over 2 years. He took months away from music to avoid this. He's a kind person. Then, right at the end of the thread, the same Spectre account names media outlets they're extremely disappointed with for, quote, spreading lies about Caleb for clickbait and views. Timsy, Daily Mail, and then randomly me, yours truly, Traplore Ross, slotted right in there next to 2 of the biggest gossip outlets in the English-speaking world. I'm not even mad. I'm honored. But more importantly, I'm suspicious. Because why is a TikTok mashup account suddenly, urgently, defending Caleb across multiple platforms in the same 48-hour window that a Reddit-verified friend account is doing the exact same thing? That's not parallel coincidence. That's a campaign. And inside Spectre's Discord, I found him. I found Coconox. Same name. Same user. Posting in the server. Co-running Spectre's social. Now you guys, let's be very clear about what I'm not saying. I'm not saying Caleb is Coconox. I'm not saying Coconox is Spectre. I'm saying these accounts are inside the same digital room. They are connected. They share infrastructure. They share a tone. They share talking points. They share timing. They share targets. And in any other context, in any other industry, in any other case, we would call that what it actually is. A networked PR operation. And gang listen, the Discord logs go deeper. Because back in September of 2025, when David's case first broke, before the body was even identified, Coconox was already in there saying things like, won't somebody think about what Caleb is going through? Already. Before the rest of us even knew the victim's name. Already running offense for Caleb. While the rest of the internet was trying to figure out whose body was in the trunk of David's Tesla, this guy is in a Discord thinking about Caleb's mental health. The math again does not math. And by November, Coconox is openly saying in the Discord, in his own words, that he's been working with Caleb on music projects for the last month and a half. Working with him. Not just chatting. Not just friends. Working on music. Hands-on. Inside the operation. And then 5 months later, that same person is the one verified by anonymous brand new mods to run an AMA framing Caleb as a victim. And then 5 days after the AMA, all discussion of Caleb is banned on the largest David subreddit on the planet. Are you keeping the timeline? Are you with me? Because the line is so straight I could roll a marble down it. And here is the new angle that nobody else is putting on tape yet. Pay attention. Cross-reference this with what I just told you. According to 2 separate Discord moles who reached out to my researcher in the last 72 hours, the Spectre infrastructure is not run by one person. It is a small content collective, 3 to 5 individuals, and one of them, only one, knows Caleb personally in the real world. The other 4 have never met him. They are content creators who signed up to help amplify positive framing in exchange for, and I'm quoting the mole here, exclusive early access to unreleased music. Read that sentence again. In exchange for exclusive access to unreleased music. So in plain English, you content creators hop online, write paragraph-long defenses of Caleb across Reddit, Twitter, Discord, TikTok, and in return you get to be the first to clip his songs when they drop. It's a barter. It's a soft payola network. And it has been operating quietly for months. That's not a theory. That's what the moles are saying. And I'm placing it in this video on the record, so when this comes out in the wash, you know I told you here first. Now hold on. Hold on. Because before we close this out, I have to get into the Asia and Neo angle, because the second I started pulling on this thread, the Asia and Neo problem got worse, not better. Asia and Neo, for the people who came in late, are 2 more individuals in David's adjacent orbit. Asia was photographed at David's house in the same window as Celeste's disappearance. Neo was the one who, according to court documents, allegedly smelled something foul coming from David's garage during a live stream, and instead of calling it in, allegedly went quiet for 48 hours and only mentioned it months later in a comment buried in a now-deleted Twitch VOD. The Reddit was digging into both of them in early April, threads tracking their movements, their statements, their inconsistencies, their cancellations, their suspicious activity. And then, same week as the mod purge, all of those threads start vanishing, tagged as doxing, tagged as harassment of non-public figures. Even though Asia and Neo have publicly inserted themselves into David's case through interviews, podcasts, and statements. Even though by any standard definition they are now public commenters on a public case. The threads got nuked. The conversation got moved. And in the comments, Asia and Neo have been lurking in this sub. Please remember not to engage in bad faith provocation. Translation: they are watching. They are reading. And by some miracle, the new mod team is shielding them too. Same hand. Same playbook. Same digital fingerprint on every single one of these moves. Let me hit you with one more, because I want you to feel exactly how surgical this thing is. February of 2026. David's family gets summoned to testify in front of the grand jury. They start fighting the subpoena, trying to get out of it, tying it up in motions. The internet rightfully loses its mind. Why are you fighting a grand jury subpoena? The girl was at your house. She had dinner with you. You have nothing to hide. Just talk. But on social media, who pops up to defend the family? Vector, Coconox, the same networked accounts, with the same talking points. They didn't know. They had nothing to do with it. They are victims too. The doxing is unfair. The threats are unfair. They've been through enough. Every time. Every single time. Same accounts. Same voices. Same script. And in the middle of all this, the subreddit is being scrubbed in real time. Posts asking, why are people defending David? Removed. Posts about Asia and Neo? Removed. Posts theorizing about who might have known what when? Removed. Tagged as misinformation. By mods who joined the team 3 days ago. Tagged as low effort. Tagged as off topic. Tagged as anything that will justify the delete button. While simultaneously, the pinned post on the entire front page of the community calls the victims' family liars. Yeah, let that sit. Let that absolutely marinate. So here's the question I'm sitting with. Here's the question I want you to sit with too. If David's team or his family's team or his brother's team or some crisis management firm with deep pockets and an even deeper bench was running a coordinated narrative protection operation on the single biggest David subreddit, while simultaneously discrediting the victim's family on the same platform, while simultaneously running cleanup on X, in Discord, on TikTok, across every digital surface where regular people might gather and theorize about this case, what would it look like? Would it look any different from what we just walked through? It would not. It would look exactly like this. Exactly. Like this. And the wildest part? They will get away with it. They might already be getting away with it. Because the average person who lands on r/Davidiots in 2026, who Googles David's name out of curiosity after seeing a clip on TikTok, is going to land on a subreddit where the pinned post calls the victim's family liars, where any criticism of Caleb is deleted within minutes, where any theory threatening to the family gets nuked as misinformation, where any user pushing back gets banned for being belligerent. And they're going to walk away thinking, huh, I guess the case wasn't as cut and dry as I thought. I guess the family was sketchy. I guess Caleb is just a kid trying to live his life. And the next juror, and the next journalist, and the next person on the train forming an opinion about this case walks away half poisoned. That's how narrative warfare works. You don't have to convince everybody. You just have to muddy the waters enough that nobody is sure anymore. And once nobody is sure, sympathy slides. And once sympathy slides, justice slides with it. And before we hit that one more angle, one more receipt, one more thing that nobody else is going to tell you, because I want this video to be the most complete picture you can find anywhere on the entire internet about what is currently happening to the David case online. There is a fifth account. A fifth one. That my team has been quietly tracking for the last 9 days. It is not Coconox. It is not Spectre. It is not Remy. It is not any of the new mods. It is a 16-day-old Reddit account, brand new, that posts almost exclusively in the David subreddits, and exclusively in the exact threads where the conversation is starting to turn against Caleb or against David's family. Every single post by this account uses the exact same opening phrasing, the exact same. As someone who has followed this case from day one, that is the opener. Every single time, across 47 separate comments in the last 2 weeks. Followed by, almost without exception, a soft pivot to one of 3 preferred talking points. Caleb is a victim, the family is innocent, or the victim's family is profiting off the tragedy. 3 notes. 47 posts. 16 days old. Tell me that's a human being. Tell me that's organic. Tell me that's a passionate fan who just happened to join Reddit a fortnight ago, and immediately decided to spend their waking hours typing 30-paragraph defenses of a kid named Caleb in a true crime subreddit. Tell me with a straight face. You can't. None of you can. And here is the angle that should keep you up at night. This isn't just about David. This isn't just about Caleb. This isn't just about one subreddit. This is the dress rehearsal. Because what is being tested in r/Davidiots in real time in front of all of us is a playbook. A repeatable, scalable, plug-and-play playbook for laundering the public perception of an accused celebrity through grassroots-looking community forums. And the second this playbook is proven to work on David, you will see it deployed on the next celebrity case. And the case after that. And the case after that. We are watching the prototype get stress-tested. We are the focus group. We are the lab rats. And if we don't push back now, loudly, publicly, with timestamps and screenshots and receipts, this is the new normal for every high-profile celebrity case for the next 10 years. Think about that. Sit with that. Then come back and tell me I'm being dramatic. I'll wait. And let me just say it. Let me just put it out there one more time because I want it on the record. Justice for Celeste. Period. Not justice for Caleb's music career. Not justice for David's family's reputation. Not justice for a 15-year-old kid named Caleb who, by the way, was filmed personally escorting the victim backstage at his brother's concert, and is now being protected by a wall of moderators on Reddit. Justice for Celeste. The 15-year-old who got chopped into pieces and zipped into a body bag inside a Tesla trunk. Her. The actual victim. The one whose family is being trashed in the pin post right now while you're watching this video. That girl. Justice for her. Now look, before I let you go, before this video ends, let me give you the action item because I know you're going to ask. The action item is simple. Open a new Reddit account. Or use the one you have. Pull up the David case communities. Read carefully. Watch which posts disappear. Watch which comments get removed. Watch which mods have 10-day-old accounts. Watch which accounts pop up the second a critical post about Caleb goes live, defending him with paragraph-long, emotionally calibrated essays from a username you have never seen before. Screenshot it. Save it. DM it to me. Post it on X. Tag me. We are going to build a public, time-stamped, screenshot-backed receipt thread of every single suspicious moderation action happening on these subreddits in real time. Because the only way to fight a coordinated narrative campaign is with a louder, more transparent, decentralized counter-archive. And right now, that's us. You and me. And the homies in the comments. That's the resistance. That's literally the resistance. And to Caleb, if you're watching, and I know you are because I clocked you subliminally posting about my last video in 3 different discords this week. Hi, my brother, my dude, my guy. Slide in the DMs. Genuinely. Tell me your side. Sit down with me on camera. Bring a lawyer. Bring 2 lawyers. Bring whoever you want. I will sit and listen. I will publish it uncut. I will give you the floor. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to lose. And if you keep hiding behind burner accounts, sock puppet AMAs, networked PR ops on Twitter, and a Reddit moderation army that purges every honest question about your involvement, then I, and the rest of the internet that's actually paying attention, are going to keep pulling at this thread until the whole sweater unravels. And the sweater is unraveling. Quickly. Faster than your team can stitch it back up. To the mod team at r/Davidiots. I see you. I know you are watching this video right now. I know one of you is screenshotting it as we speak to send to whoever signs your checks. I know one of you is already typing the email to your contact. So let me make this very easy for you. Show the proof. The proof Coconox gave you to verify he was Caleb's friend. The proof. Post it. Redact whatever you need to redact for safety. Dox nobody. Just show the evidence that justified the verification badge you stamped on that AMA. Because right now your own community has been asking for weeks, and your only response is OP deleted his post. That's not a defense. That's a smokescreen. The internet wants the proof. Show it or step down. Those are the only two ethical options left on the table. Pick one. The third option, doing nothing, is the option that confirms every single thing I just said in this video. And to whoever paid for all of this, whoever is actually funding the operation, the firm, the network, the PR shop, the lawyer who wrote the talking points, the manager who hired the lawyer, the family member who hired the manager, whatever rung of the ladder you sit on, I just want you to know one thing. We are not as dumb as you think. The audience for celebrity true crime in 2026 is not the audience you remember from 2014. We screenshot everything. We archive everything. We cross-reference everything. We make spreadsheets. We make timelines. We sit in Discords. We compare notes across YouTube channels. We see your moves 3 steps before you make them. And the second one of us starts to put it together publicly, like right now on this exact video, the rest of us pile on, and the cover-up becomes the bigger story than the original story. That's how it always goes. That's how it went with Ghislaine and Reddit. That's how it went with the Diddy talking points leak. That's how it went with the Drake Academics playbook. And that's how it's about to go with this. Whether you're ready or not. The story is not Caleb. The story is not the AMA. The story is not even the mods. The story is the silence in the middle. The story is the questions that get deleted before they can be answered. The story is what's being removed, not what's being left up. Because in 2026, in this exact information climate, the truth is the one thing nobody can afford to delete. The truth, when buried, screams. And right now it is screaming. I'm Traplore Ross. My researcher and I have been cooking this one for a minute. There's another full-length David video sitting on the cutting room floor from 48 hours ago that I haven't been able to post yet because every time I try to publish, a new piece of this puzzle drops into my inbox and I have to re-edit the whole thing. It's going up tomorrow if I can keep the fire hose under control. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Tell one friend. Just one. Send them this video. Send them the timestamp. Send them the receipts. Because if there's one thing this case has taught us, it's that the loudest cover-up is the one disguised as a cleanup. And the cleanup is happening right now on the platform you trusted by mods you've never heard of on behalf of people you can't see. And the only way to fight that is to keep talking. To keep posting. To keep digging. To keep your eyes open. Rest in peace, Celeste. We see your family. We see what they're doing to your family in the pinned post. We see it. And we are not letting it go. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Not ever. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay locked in. Don't trust the mods. Don't trust the AMA. Don't trust the friendly account with the long paragraph. Trust the timeline. Trust the receipts. Trust your gut. And if your gut is telling you something is off about that subreddit right now, your gut is correct. Bookmark this video. Come back to it in a month. Come back to it in 6 months. Come back to it when this case finally goes to trial. And we are going to play this same tape back and watch every single thing I just laid out come true. One by one. Slowly. Then all at once. Lights off. Door closed. Story's not over. The story is just getting good. And the door we thought we closed at the start of this video? It's been ajar the whole time. You just didn't notice. And neither did they. See you tomorrow. Stay sharp. Stay loud. Stay locked.